Hey guys, welcome to the very first Bubblegum Sports broadcast. You know this guy, I guess to my right on the screen. GM Jeff is joining us. We figured we'd, dip our toes into the broadcasting waters and see how we do. How you doing, Jeff? It's been a little while.
Been a while, but yeah, doing great. Hey, before we start anything, NFL football today is great, but I just got to point out tonight, check out the Grey Cup. The Canadian Super Bowl, Saskatchewan Roughriders facing the Montreal Alouettes, 5 o'clock. Don't want to miss it. Go Riders! So that's where the big game of the day is. This other stuff.
Big game of the day. Now, what we have today. Now, I know before people start chirping me the thumbnail, I know they're not playing in Green Bay. Okay, our interns made another mistake. It happens. I'm not going to fire them. They're not getting paid. However, we're just going to move past it. It's a big game for the Green Bay Packers. If they lose this one, I think they are done. They are playing a team. Now, I was telling Jeff before the broadcast, they were playing a team that I couldn't even find who's starting because they have so many injured players. It is absolutely ridiculous. How are you feeling about the Packers' chances going into this one?
Well, normally I'd be feeling great. The Giants just fired their coach, so they're working on less than a week practice with a new coach. They got a backup quarterback. Dart is out, so they've got Jameis Winston started. So normally I'd be feeling confident, but the Packers have this history of allowing backup quarterbacks to become superstars at least for a day, and that goes all the way back to Jason Garrett in the 90s when he subbed for Troy Aikman. So anytime there's a backup, I am just scared because of the fact that they have this ability to not only play down to the competition, but they let these backups. Look what Joe Flacco did earlier, twice to them. So it's going to be an interesting game. The Packers are 7-point favorites, which I can see. The defense has been playing great, but our offense. Now, I was big on the defense last year, and earlier this year I thought the defense could improve. But last week against Philly, aside from that opening drive where they gave up 3 first downs when they had them dead to rights, 3 and long on that first drive, and they gave it up. I was like, oh, here we go again. But then they locked it down. They only gave up 10 points last week. And for an offense to come up with 7, I mean, how big of a loss was Tucker Kraft?
Oh, huge.
Obviously, that must have been big, not only in the receiving game, but in the rush game, because he's been blocking. He's been lights out as a blocker. And now, we got Mercedes Lewis in, and he's okay at blocking, but they got to get the run game going. And a lot of people pointing their fingers at Jordan Love. He's made some dumb mistakes, which he has. But if they don't get the run game going, there's only so much you're going to be able to do in that offense. It's just it could be a long
We're just about to kick off here. The Giants are wearing their old school white tops. I guess the Phil Simms uniforms. If any of you guys are old enough to remember who he is, Jameis, he has that clear shade helmet. He doesn't have a typical handlebar. He has the one that kind of has that nice glass piece on there. So he's looking dangerous today. We'll see kickoff here. Packers are kicking off to the Giants. They're going to take it at the 1. Cutting up the left sidelines to the 25, the 30, 35. So the Giants are going to start off at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 here.
Yeah, and what was amazing about that was there was no penalties on the I don't know what's wrong with the special teams, but they just can't do anything.
Jameis's first start since December 15th of 2024 here. What are the odds they run it on the first play, or do you think they're going to let Jameis wing it right out of the chute? Here we go, 1st and 10.
Just wing it. Just air it out. Check the secondary because our secondary is the weak point.
Audible. He's calling audible at the line. Jameis hands it off to Tyrone Tracy. A gain of 1, it looks like. The Packers are on him, including Micah Parsons. Great defensive play by the Packers. Man, they really swarmed the ball on that one. They need a little bit more of that today for sure.
My feed is way behind your feed.
I guess you just have to adjust in real time. Here we go. Let's wing it. Second and 9 here for the Giants.
See if I can up.
Jameis hands it off to Tracy again, down to the 40. They're probably going to give him the 41. Should set up a 3rd and 4 here. We're just the beginning of the game, 14 minutes left in the first quarter. Thank you guys for joining us. Let us know in the comments. You have any comments on the game? We'd be glad to get them on the show. 3rd and 4 for the Giants. Xavier McKinney, a great safety for the Packers. Only, I believe, 2 interceptions this year. Far cry from last year. Didn't he have like 5 or 6 last year? Here we go, 3rd and 5.
Right off the bat.
Jameis drops back, just sitting right in the pocket. Oh, big completion down to the Packers 40-yard line. I don't have a number on the receiver yet, but chances are I won't know. Oh, Wendell Robinson, big completion on 3rd and 5. Whoa, down to the 40. No
Not
pass
shocking.
rush whatsoever.
Not shocking. We have 3rd down has been a killer for the defense. I keep saying it. And 3rd and 5 to have a completion like that is just, yeah. I gotta see.
Bad start to the game. Here we go. 1st and 10 at the Packers 40-yard line. Again, the Giants in their home whites. Packers are wearing their typical green. Usually they wear those at home. 4-yard little screen at pass to the outside to Tyrone Tracy. So it'll be 2nd and 6, and the Giants are going hurry up here. Giants going no huddle, hurry up. And, man, they're really trying to catch the Packers on their heels here. 2nd and 6, 12:45 left in the first quarter. Jameis out of the shotgun. A little draw up the middle to Tracy. 1st down, Giants down to the Packers 28. A little draw play right up the gut. There is no pass rush to speak of currently. Jeff, are you surprised right now how the Packers are playing D to open this one?
Unfortunately, no, I'm not. I mean, this has been the heel for the Packers, especially earlier in the game. It takes them a while to settle down, and usually on the first drives, they've been known to give up these 3rd and longs, 3rd and shorts, and let the other teams just drive down. Hopefully, they'll tighten up and hold them to a field goal. But
here we go, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, the Packers trying to get a stop here. Jameis, threw in a double coverage. That almost got picked off, I believe, by Valentine there. Looks a little bit like Jair Alexander as far as not making big plays. I thought he came back for a day for some reason. But anyways, no interception there. It's 2nd and 10. Ball hit him right in the hands, too. He saw the receiver coming. He kind of backed away. Should have been an interception. Would have been not the easiest one, but 2nd and 10. Here we go. At the Packers' 28-yard line. Jameis drops back. Big completion over the middle, down to the 10, down to the 6 or 7. 89, number 89. I don't even know who the heck that is. Oh, Isaiah Hodgins, who I don't know if he has any, probably 5 catches on the year. Isaiah Hodgins way down in the Packers territory here. They're definitely way deep into the red zone. Wow. There is like 2 Packers covering the same guy. McKinney's out of position. Valentine's just kind of strolling along. The Giants are taking it right down the field. 1st and goal at, I believe, the 7 or 8. 8. Little run to Trace, a little draw up the middle. 2-3 yards on 1st down, so it's going to be 2nd and 5. 2nd and goal at the 5-yard line. Man, oh man, not the start the Packers were looking for in this one. I really do believe, like I told you pregame, Jeff, if the Packers lay an egg in this one, they are done for the year. I don't think there's any coming back. And LaFleur might get fired.
So I'm just going back a couple plays ago to that reception over the middle. He just threw it right in there. I mean, there was
nice draw back up the middle on 2nd down, right up the middle for a Tyrone Tracy touchdown. Giants are up 6-0. Oh no, Singletary. Man, they even got the backup in now. He's running the same as Tyrone Tracy as Singletary, who was a starter a couple years ago, but draw right up the middle, which is almost all their run plays this game.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's not a good start for the defense. And that's what I said. They have this thing about allowing these backup quarterbacks to come in and just, at least for one game.
Hey, your son's saying hello live on the broadcast. Don't forget, guys, you can make comments. That's what's cool about this live broadcast. Giants kick the extra point through. It's 7-0 Giants with 10 minutes to go in the first quarter. Ben, have a good day at work, buddy.
Yeah,
Wow. So, what do you think the Packers need to come out with when they get the ball back here in a second? What needs to be their strategy? What do they need to try and do? They're already down in a tough spot.
So what they're going to do first, and they do this all the time, they want to establish the run first, I would think. So I'm looking for 2 runs, a pass, and a punt on their opening drive. So they're going to get stuffed twice. Maybe Jacob picks up 6. They'll try, run, pass, punt. I'm going back to 70s Packer offense here. So we're gonna see an outstanding first drive, I think, for the Packers, and it's probably going to continue for a bit.
As crazy as this sounds, this is a genuine question. If the Packers get blown out in this game, do you see Matt LaFleur getting the axe this week?
No, he'll finish the season. I don't think they're going to make a mid-season switch. It just wouldn't make sense. I mean, if they try to do something now, you can't really shop for coaches. I mean, they could go for an interim for the rest of the year, but what does that do? If you're going to lose with a coach, you might as well lose with what you have instead of bringing on an interim coach and screwing up the rest of the season. Just keep LaFleur. I've never been a fan of mid-season changes. You've had all off season to make your decisions, and then all of a sudden you're 8 games in, you're like, oh, that sucks. We shouldn't have kept them. Well, keep them. I mean, what difference does it make? Wait till the end of the season, get your guy in there and work with that, because otherwise you got players who are going to learn a new system or whatever you got for 8 games, and then you're going to switch it again next season unless you can find someone, unless you've got someone in mind. Which
from a national perspective, they just seem so unprepared these last few weeks in particular. Like, they have you look at teams that have a lot less talent on offense playing a heck of a lot better than the Green Bay Packers. So then what do you attest that to? Do you attest that to the quarterback? Is it the head coach not having them prepared, or do they just not have the right makeup of combination of guys? I'm not really sure what to blame.
I think a lot of it has to do, and people, you can't blame injuries because every team has injuries, but Tucker Kraft, our receiver core, which started out at the beginning of the season, we've got all these great receivers. Well, now Golden was injured. You had Dobbs go out last week. Kraft is injured. We had to put Bo Melton back in as a receiver last week. So that's been an issue. The offensive line has been a huge issue. They moved Elgton Jenkins from guard to center, and that worked, but now he's gone, and he's out for the year. He's got the fracture in his leg. So
Giants kicking off
that line, a lot of shuffling. So
Packers taking it at the 11, taking it up the left sideline, down. Oh, cutting across the field, down at the 22. If they give them forward progress, down at the 18. If they don't, we'll see here. We'll see. It seems to me the Packers either have a big play or they go 3 and out. We'll see if that trend continues here on the first drives of games. Passing yards, Jordan Love had 335 against the Steelers, then 273 against the Panthers, 176 against the Eagles. Not too shabby. The Eagles game was a little rough, but the other two good passing performances. I think it's a consistency thing that we need to see more out of the Packers offense than anything. Single back formation. Josh Jacobs in the backfield. They bring a tight end in to block. Audible at the line of scrimmage. 1st and 10 here on the 25. Offsides on the Giants. Fumble. But I think it's just going to be an encroachment on the defense, so it should be 1st down. 1st and 5, I believe. Yep. So, hey, good start. They went with a hard count right out of the gate, Jeff. What do you think of that? Trying to mix it up. Dexter Lawrence looks like he was ready to come across that line.
Well, that's something that, obviously Aaron Rodgers did all the time. So maybe running off a little bit of Love, trying to do that. Finally caught somebody. They've tried it all year long. I don't think it's worked but once or twice.
They're 5 yards away, Jeff, from a 1st down here on the first drive of the game. Imagine that.
Amazing. That's a good
low handoff to Jacobs up the middle. He's got a 1st down. He's at the 35, 37-yard line. Nice little run. It was almost like a counter, like a misdirection counter. 1st down, Packers. Here we go. They're getting the engine started early today, Jeff, just for you and just for our viewers on this live broadcast.
So I've been proven wrong so far.
There's still time for them.
We've had one rush for a 1st down, of course. It was a short
single back formation. They're bringing the tight end in tight to block. Another audible at the line of scrimmage. Play action pass. Love drops back. Love goes out to the right. Ball's tipped. at the line of scrimmage by Burns. Brian Burns, who's had a huge season, 11 sacks. He was the guy during Hard Knocks that the Giants were trying to get from the Panthers, if any of you remember. It's 2nd and 10 Packers. Yeah, Love kind of rolled right, and then Jacobs was the only guy standing out there. It seems like that's maybe not ideal to run a running back screen with no blockers. I'm not sure if that was intended or just everyone was covered on the play is what I think it was. 2nd and 10 Packers here early on in the first quarter. Thanks for joining us. 2nd and 10 at the 37, at their own 37. Love drops back. Little swing pass to Jacobs outside of the 35, 37, 40. Breaking it down the sideline for a first down. I can't quite tell where he stepped out of bounds. The Packers are on the move, Jeff.
I'm shocked.
Hey, we got a question here, Jeff. I'll let you handle this one. What's the over-under and how many checkdowns we'll see this game from PacFan 98?
Over-under on checkdowns?
Yeah.
God, I don't know. I would pick the over whatever it is because seems like
you know what offense they're running right now? They're running the Chicago Bears offense of last season. A little wide receiver screen. You just switch the size and you run draws up the middle. Looks like he's still in bounds there. Right there. I think he's still going to have a first down, but it's going to be further back. But still, nice play calling. It seems like they're trying to not dumb it down, but they're trying to be more consistent. And that's what I said at the outset of this broadcast. That's what they needed to be more consistent. Nobody needs 50-yard pass plays if you're not moving the ball down the field. We got the Giants are challenging that he went out earlier than initially.
I don't know. He possibly could have stepped out before. Yeah, he did. He stepped out before the first down, about 2 yards before it. So that's going to cost him. That's going to cost him some yardage. I'm pretty sure he stepped out at least 2 yards before the first down.
Thank you guys for joining us. We've already had a couple of comments. Keep them coming. Let your friends know.
Yeah, well, maybe not.
Hey, while we have a break in the action, Jeff, how are the other games coming around of the NFL? Any big surprises yet on the scoreboard?
Not yet. Steelers just scored. They're up 7-0 against the Bengals.
Ben's early season MVP, Aaron Rodgers, getting it done today.
Yeah. Tampa Bay just got a field goal. They're up 3-0 against the Bills in Buffalo. And Chicago and Vikings are tied still at 0, and Bears just punted. So.
Hey, again, guys, thanks for joining us. We'll be here broadcasting the first half of the Packers-Giants game live for you. The big thing about this is we welcome your guys' comments. And then they say, PacFan98 says, also, hello from the man, DJ Brando. That's for you, Jeff.
Rocky Top. It was a hell of a game last night, yesterday.
Hey, what about, do you have any thoughts on Texas A&M coming back from what was like 40 points?
Okay, so I didn't watch the first half because I had different games on, and when they broke in at halftime of the game I was watching the Badger game, and they said they were down 27, and I had this feeling that A&M was just too good to get blasted like that. So I flipped the game on and watched the second half, and sure enough, when they came out in the second half and drove down, got that quick touchdown, then stopped South Carolina and got another. I'm like, hey, game on. It was a hell of a game. The only thing I didn't understand was on a third down play right on the goal. They tried a fullback option to pass back to the quarterback, and that got stuffed. I think it was a fumble, and then Carolina had their chance to go down and win.
Packers have a first down. Love rolls out right, throws it deep over the head of one of his receivers, looking for Wicks on that play. 2nd and 10 here.
And that's not surprising that it was over his head. He has a
Jeff, come on, man.
Think about airing it out, and
they're at the Giants 48, by the way.
They are. So was that decision upheld? I didn't.
It looked like they changed the spot on it because I think he would have been further up, but I could be wrong here.
Yeah, they must have given
obviously, guys, we're not in the stadium. We don't quite get all the details here. We're just broadcasting it live for you. 2nd and 10 for the Packers here at the Giants 48. Love drops back out of a shotgun. Completed pass, but a fumble. He fumbled it out of bounds. I think that was Musgrave out there on the wing. There's a 1-yard pass. What number's Musgrave, Jeff?
83.
80.
I don't even know.
Who's 88? Oh, that is Musgrave. 88's Musgrave.
So, just getting back to that, they did lose. The Giants did lose that challenge. So
interesting. The Packers now have a third after getting the ball at the 48. At the Giants 48 after that, they have a 3rd and 11 now. Drop back incompletion and a negative 1-yard pass out to the tight end. Here we go, 3rd and 11. Jordan Love out of the shotgun. Rolling right. Coming back into the middle. He dropped it. Dobbs dropped it. Oh, my goodness. That would have been a huge play. And Romeo Dobbs dropped the ball right in his hands. You're asking, how can I see it so clearly? It's because he has that big helmet on. I think he does that to get more targets, by the way. Great route. Right in his hands. He would have been out at the 30 or more. Oh, my goodness.
And that's another big thing with this offense. They've got the receivers. They suffer from a bad case of the drops. Saw it last week.
My goodness. You can't blame that one on Jordan Love or Matt LaFleur. The play calling on that first drive was pretty good, minus, a little bit too conservative for my liking, but
see, Jacobs just came out of the tent.
How do you guys do this every week, Jeff? I tell you.
I'm looking at the replay here. Love did a good job of keeping it open. Yeah, right in his hands.
Right in his hands. Goodness. So how are you feeling right now, Jeff? How should the Packers be feeling at this very early stage of the game? I kind of want to hear from the fans too, at everyone, how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being amazing.
This is about what I expected. I didn't expect them to go down the field and get a point. They started off halfway decent, but this is what happens with this offense. If it's not a penalty that kills a drive, it's going to be a drop, and it happens every week, week in, week out. So this is about where I expected to be. We'll see what happens if the defense can step up.
I mean, Pack fan says great play calling, and that's a ball you have to bring in 100%.
See, and that's the thing too. A lot of things go against Matt LaFleur in that, and you can say all the crap you want, but if the players aren't making plays, he can't run out there and catch the ball for them. So,
yeah.
I mean, that should have been a completion by all means. There should have never been a drop. So that's not on LaFleur. It's on the players on the field. And if they can't perform, I don't know. Is it coaching that makes him drop the ball? I don't know. Does he need more reps in practice? I don't know. But I don't know. But one thing positive so far, though, is the special teams haven't had any penalties. There's been 3 kicks, some punts and kickoffs, and there's no penalties yet, which is shocking for this special teams.
Yeah, it has been a pretty clean game, honestly. So the game's kind of moving right along.
Carolina just went on top of Atlanta 7-0, so that's going to be an interesting game down there.
Yep, and there's a Pack fan with another good comment. Like you said, Jeff Jacobs was seen coming out of the tent. Not something that you want to see.
At least when he came out, he didn't like head to the locker room or anything. He just kind of came out, went and sat down. So hopefully it was just kind of going to check him out or something. Maybe it was a concussion issue that they wanted to look at. I don't know. I didn't see him get hurt or anything. But
yeah, because I think the most rushing yards behind Jacobs for a running back is Wilson has 180 for this season. Yeah. Not including Love. I'm sure Love has maybe a little bit more, but I'm talking about just running backs here.
Yeah.
Here we go. This could be vintage Jameis Winston. He looks a little weird wearing 19 there. We'll see here. First down, Giants at their own 15-yard line, 7-0, 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Winston drops back, play act. Oh, no, he actually ended it off to Tracy. 5-yard gain. took it to the left side a little bit. So a bit, Singletary is Trace. Man, they look the same because one has 28, Tracy's 28, Singletary is 26, but there might be a hold on the play. Looks like this one is coming back. Holding offense. So that ball is coming back. So there was a reason for his huge run. Hold coming off the left side there. But Singletary has been getting a lot of action in this first quarter, man. So they're going to be backed up here. Looked like it was the left guard, number 78. Left guard, huge block. Hold it was called, but it was kind of like a hold in the back and kind of shoved them back. 1st and 17 now, way back on their 7 for the Giants. This is where Winston can cook, though, guys.
It's again in long yardage. The Packers just have not been very good. You would think that they could come out and just really put the pressure on, but
a draw right up the middle for about 5. So it'll be 2nd and 12. That another run by Singletary. So maybe he's going to be the lead back today. We'll have to see. Another run by Singletary right up the middle. 2nd and 13 they're giving him. Jackson Dart there on the sidelines. Big loss for the Giants as he's in concussion protocol. He's been having a very good season early on. Yeah. All right, here we go. 2nd and 13. Jameis out of the shotgun. Nice little pass over the middle. Very short pass, 3-yard gain. So it gets him into 3rd and 10 as that goes to Hyatt with the completion there, number 13. 3rd and 10. This is where you want to keep any NFL team, right? But Jameis Winston just has a knack for moving the football, moving the sticks. We'll see if that continues. This is where Micah Parsons has to put some pressure on Jameis Winston.
They got it, yeah.
3rd and 9. They're giving him a little bit further. So 3rd and 9 here from their own 11 or 16. Sorry. Jameis drops back out of the shotgun, looks left. Oh, and Valentine dropped another one. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. What is going on? This one would have been a pick 6, I'm pretty sure. Great read. Undercut right. And this one was right in his stomach. Maybe he should play receiver for the Packers. Holy cow.
That's a Packer receiver's play right there.
Unbelievable. But, we talked about Jameis being a wild card. There is a big downside to that, too, is he gets reckless with the football quite often. And you just saw it a couple times today. Yeah. The Packers just haven't taken advantage. Now, they are going to get the ball at their own 38-yard line, however.
Yeah, Winston has been known to throw some picks, so I'm going to see the replay here of the pick attempt.
We got a commercial break here on the broadcast.
Yeah, that was right. That dropped in front of 3 players. Valentine had a chance. 2 other players had a chance. The Packers really, I'm watching the replay, really didn't have a whole lot of pressure. Winston seemed to have a lot of time.
Yeah, the blocking, either the blocking's been really good or the pass rush has been really bad or both. But yes, Winston is just sitting back there, doing whatever he wants to do right now.
Yeah. And yeah, that was right. It hit him right on the shoulder pad. I mean,
He's been the best player for the Giants today. Honestly, Valentine's been the Giants' best player. Man, he could be having a massive game right now. The first one was a little tougher. That one, like you said, hit him right in the shoulder pads. He had a great break on it. I mean, everything up until the possible interception was a great play, but you got to finish.
One thing this defense hasn't done this year is the takeaways. I think they've only had 3 in the first so far half of the season. I don't know. It just doesn't seem. Last year they were picking it off and left and right. They're doing fumbles, and I don't even know. I mean, I'd actually have to look it up because it just doesn't seem like it's happening that often. Where
unbelievable. Anything around the league going on? Any more updates around the NFL?
The Bengals scored. It's 7-6 Pittsburgh, and I didn't see exactly if they had to have gotten a touchdown, maybe missed the extra point, or I don't know if they got 2 field goals that quick, but Bears are still 0-0 with the Vikings. Vikings have the ball.
Man, I'll tell you what, the Vikings could really muddle up this division if they pull off a win against the Bears today.
Oh, man, if the Vikings win and the Packers lose, I mean, it's going to be a crazy. Everybody right now, everybody's at 500 or above, and the Bears. I'm telling you, I said before the season, if the Bears get on track, they're going to be a good team this year. And so far, I don't. What do they got? 6 wins in a row or something like that, or 4
Something
wins
like
in a
that.
row?
Yeah.
They started out 0-2. So they've been playing pretty decent. The new coach really, I think, is playing into Caleb's strength.
You know, we're the biggest thing I see with the Bears this year is they're winning the close games because they're not making self-inflicted wounds,
like last
big
year.
mistakes at the wrong time. That's the biggest difference I've seen with the Bears this year.
J.J. McCarthy just hit Jefferson over the middle for a gain of about 25. Vikings are down to the Bear 30-yard line.
Packers starting here at the 38, 1st and 10. Love drops back. Little toss outside to the left to Jacobs. He gets about 5 yards plus on 1st down. Good run. Oh, they should maybe do a little bit more of that. Run the football a little bit more.
You know, the thing with Jacobs this year is you look at his big games, there's always been something wrong with him. So maybe a little injury isn't the most horrible thing. He had a monster game when he had the flu. He had a calf problem and he had a monster game. So.
Well, he's got 3 for 27 today. Maybe you want to get that 3 up a little higher here. 2nd and 5 here for the Packers, way back in their own territory. Let's see if they can put another big drive together. Oh, not way back. I guess they are at the 43, 45. Their own 43.
Jones.
Little play action. Love takes it up the middle, slides down. There's a hit. Is it going to be a 15-yard penalty? Ooh, that was close. They did not call one, but they sure could have. If that was Patrick Mahomes, that gets called 10 out of 10 times. That's a guarantee. Should be 3rd and 1. Well, and that's another thing. From my perspective, that's something that's been missing from his game. He's not running the football. He's not stepping up in the pocket as much, taking what they give him, everything he wants to just throw off his back foot. I think he needs to do more of that.
They've been successful with him, I think, is when he's out, when he's moving around. You saw that pass that Dobbs.
3rd and 1, little draw play up the middle, 1st down Packers at about the 49.
When Love can get out of the pocket, scramble around and make moves, that's where he seems to do his best. He had the pass to Dobbs, which was dropped, of course, but going back, if you look at his most successful games, he's moving around. He's not just standing back and chucking it. You know, look at the
1st and 10 here, Packers. We plan on taking you guys up to halftime here as long as this stays a good game.
That looked borderline on that hit on Love, but I don't.
Yeah, that could have been called for sure. 1st and 10 here at the 48.5. Love drops back, little fake, toss to the wide receiver. I think that's Heath out to the outside, down to the 35-yard line. Holy cow! Who's number 16, Jeff? Oh, Melton.
Is that
Melton? I don't even have him on my list. I better put him down.
Let me see what's.
Might be a running. I don't know if he's a running back or receiver. Nice little play call. Matt LaFleur is digging into that bag of tricks today. I got to tell you, as much criticism as he has taken, he's really doing a nice job. 1st down at the 34-yard line for the Packers. Little play action. Love drops back. Looking. Nice. Oh, my gosh. Another drop. Another drop out on the edge. Goodness. 2nd and 10. The Packers are struggling catching the football on both sides today. Right in his hands. Yikes.
Vikings just got a field goal. Yeah, that
and
was
there's
Melton
a flag.
Nice run.
The not only did they drop the ball, but there's a holding flag on the play.
It's, again, that's huge on the offensive line. If you go back to their losses, look how many times they've jumped offside. They have nice gains. Well, that one obviously wasn't a nice gain, but it's always something with this offensive line. How many times in that game a couple weeks ago, they lined up in, the guy comes in as an eligible receiver and they,
Love drops back here, 1st and 20, standing on the Giants logo, rolling right. He's going to take off with it, I think. Pump fake. He gets down to about the 40. So another 1, 2, 3, 4-yard run for Love out of nothing. We need to keep seeing more of that. Those are some positive signs today. He got dinged up a little bit on the hit, but he's fine.
Yeah, that was.
There's nobody really open. That's why he ended up having to run the ball. They're showing the replay. One guy's double team, the other two are locked up. So we got a 2nd and long here, and Love took a pretty good hit. 2nd and 6. Oh, he's coming out. Are they calling a timeout? Love is walking off to the sidelines. Malik Willis is in the game. Love has got his shoulder dinged up a little bit here, folks. Hopefully he didn't break a collarbone or something like that. He's moving it around. It's his left shoulder by the looks of it. Oh, he's going to go into the medical tent or the locker room because he's running pretty far. Maybe, no, medical tent. Uh-oh. And then Pac fan says that he agrees. It seems like when they make a great play, they just end up getting in their own way. We're seeing it here. Malik Willis is in the game. Malik Willis, number 2 in the game, former Tennessee Titans. 2nd and 16 for the Packers, who call their first timeout. You know, sometimes, though, when you get a quarterback in the game that the other team probably spent very little time preparing for, it could work in your advantage. Jeff,
So
if you get any more, if you get any more injury updates, let us know because you'll have access to that probably before I will here.
Yeah, that was on his left shoulder. He's moving it around pretty decent, but yeah, I don't know. It doesn't. It didn't look that bad of a hit.
No.
I don't think he broke anything.
It didn't look that bad, but that also would be concerning to me if he has to go into the tent for something that looks. Oh, he took a good hard shot on that shoulder, a direct hit with the helmet, though.
Yeah, but I would probably a stinger or something. I don't think it could have been
Here we
hard
go.
enough to break.
2nd and 16, Malik Willis in the shotgun. Handing it off to the running back. Down to the 31. Down to the 31.
I guess I don't understand a lot of that. They line up in a shotgun and do run plays. I don't know. They seem really predictable when they, but that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. And I wouldn't imagine. So they got themselves in a short, or not a short, but a manageable situation. 3rd and 8. That's, I think, what they were trying to do here. Malik Willis, again, out of the shotgun. Obviously, 3rd and 8. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. He is at the Giants' 32-yard line. Here we go. Drops back to pass, and Malik takes it down on the right sideline. First down, 20, 15-yard line. Malik Willis using his legs. First down, Green Bay Packers.
You know, I'm going to be the first to say it. Just wait. If Willis stays in this game, you're going to have 1,000 calls tomorrow. I can hear it now. Just I'm gonna cut it off. Just shut the hell up right now because it ain't.
Love is running to the locker room right now. That's not a good sign.
No, especially not with, in the first quarter.
Malik hands it off to Jacobs, gets about 4 yards off the left side, so it should be, he might have got 5. Now, he's running fine, but you can't judge the injury based off that because it's obviously his shoulder. My guess is they're sending him in for more x-rays and a closer look.
I would think that it would have to be maybe the way it was hit, possibly collarbone, maybe
if it's collarbone, that's worst case scenario. If he broke his collarbone, he doesn't have the way he was moving his shoulder. I would not imagine he did. But I guess we'll wait. We'll wait to see. 2nd and 4 here for the Packers. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Again, Malik Willis. If you guys missed the beginning of this, Malik Willis is in the game for an injured Jordan Love. Still awaiting word on what the status of that injury is.
And I'm going to say this, though, about Malik Willis. He does have the wheels. He does seem a lot more mobile than Love.
And he's definitely well-rested.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 here. End of the first quarter. 2nd and 4. Malik Willis will be under center here. Josh Jacobs in the backfield.
Yeah. The way Love is running, I'm watching him get off the field. it doesn't really look serious.
Play action. Malik Willis rolls left. First down. Packers down to the 5. Nice pass out to the flat for Fitzpatrick, who is 86. Another name I have to write down.
So, yeah, I don't. God, it's really hard to say on the injury. I don't think would be that serious if he's moving around like that. The only good thing is it was a hit on his non-throwing arm. So
yeah. All right, here we go. 7. I don't know that they're going to run a play here. 4 seconds left, 3 seconds left. They're not going to. 1 second. End of the first quarter. The Packers are driving with their backup quarterback, Malik Willis, in the game. Packers down 7-0. Jordan Love had to leave with an injury. Malik has them driving. We will see what happens when we come back in the second quarter. We're going to take just a 2-minute break, and we will be right back with you guys. Jeff, I will see you in just a minute.
all right, you get caught up on some of these games here.
All right. Hey, while we're on a little break here, for those of you who don't realize, we're doing food reviews now on the channel as well. Look for this holiday Coke. I'll be doing a review on that, as well as some chips and stuff like that here coming out probably this week. So stay tuned.
What flavor is that Coke?
This, Jeff, I'm glad you asked. This is Holiday Creamy Vanilla Coke. Holiday Creamy Vanilla.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
Not yet, but they had one last year. It was a cinnamon, which I absolutely loved, and it ticked me off when it was just the holiday.
Here we go. First down at first and goal at the 5-yard line. Malik will be under center here. Malik drops back, hands it to Josh Jacobs right up the middle. Touchdown, Packers. 7-6. Josh Jacobs right up the gut. Where has that been this year? Just ran. Oh no, they called him short. Oh, I got to see this replay again, Jeff. Oh, he was short. Derrick Henry wouldn't have got stopped on that one. Malik under center, second down. He falls down at second and short. He does not get it. No, they might not score this. Malik fell down, handed him the ball. Oh, my gosh. Disaster. Oh, he tripped over his offensive lineman. So now it's 3rd and 1.5 here. 3rd and goal. They got us. Matt LaFleur looking over his play sheet here. I wonder what he's going to find on 3rd and goal here. Current drive is a 7+ minute drive. Big drive. Malik under center. Takes a snap. Play action pass. He's rolling to the right. Touchdown, Packers. This time it really is a touchdown. Watson with the touchdown. Big time play. Christian Watson on the receiving end of that Malik Willis touchdown pass. Packers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And Malik took a huge shot, but what a great pass. There was not much room on that little window there. Banks was on the coverage.
And the stop on second down there, the Giants just read that one completely. So
Packers attempting the extra point here. And they missed it. Wide right. They missed the extra point. Unbelievable. It was not even close. You could have made the goalpost twice as wide, and that ball is not getting inside of those goalposts. Unbelievable. But am I wrong? Or are you... I know Jeff is a little bit behind us, so he's seeing this stuff a little bit later than we are. But you could tell by his reaction I was not wrong.
Yeah. I'm about a play behind you, but yeah, McManus is out today, and but you don't expect an extra point to. I mean, come on, man. And this is one of those things in these games where every point is important, and we saw how important it was in that Dallas game where they missed the kick and it was run back or it was blocked or whatever, and the Cowboys got the 2. Oh man, he just oh my God. Ay, ay, ay.
So will that extra point
so we're gonna
come back to haunt the Packers?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that extra point is gonna come back and kill them. It's gonna come back and kill them because you know what they're gonna do to try to make up for it. If they get another touchdown,
they'll go for 2 later in the game.
Yeah, they're gonna go for 2, and they'll try that stupid run from that's always picked up, and it'll get stuffed. So, yeah.
So the Packers are down 7-6, but they do score early here in the second quarter.
That was an impressive drive that Willis led, so I'm going to give him that. That was pretty impressive.
So we have a comment here that Willis is going to throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns, so it's not going to matter.
All right.
I think those are his career statistics, actually.
I'm hoping. If he does that, mark my words right here. If he does that, I am on the Malik Willis bandwagon. I will be screaming from the rooftops to get Love out of there, to trade him out and make Willis the new starter, and he's the new franchise.
Now, just a little reminder, because I know people are going to get very excited. Malik might have a couple touchdowns today, and the Packers are going to win or something like that. Just remember, though, that 1 year, was it last year? I think it was last year that he played a handful of games. His stats steadily went down once teams could game plan for him. So just remember that. It's very difficult. I guarantee they did not watch much tape on Malik Willis. They were focused on Jordan Love this week. Guarantee. Most teams would be.
And that's what happens. Sometimes you get those games where the backup comes in and he'll light it up because you're just not anticipating it. And he does give a little different look. He does have a little different play style.
Oh, now Josh Jacobs is walking to the locker room now too, Jeff. Josh Jacobs and Jordan Love currently in the locker room. That is not what you want to see if you are a Packer fan. Hopefully they are minor injuries. Here's the kickoff. Giants taking it at the 3, going up the right side onto the 20, the 23. Good hit by the Packers. So the Giants will be starting at their own 23-yard line. And another Packers down here on the hit. Let's see here. If I got him. No, he must be one of the special teams guys. But number 53 for the Packers is down on the field. Looks like he took a little, looks like a stinger, but it's his left shoulder. But he's the one that made the hit. Great tackle. that one of our viewers is saying Jacobs is bringing Jordan Love a cup of Gatorade. That's what's going on right now in the locker room.
That's good.
So again, guys, we'll be with you the rest here of the first half. Hopefully you enjoy this. Let your friends know. Feel free to comment. We're really having a good time with this one. Maybe we'll bring the Packers some luck. What do you think, Jeff? So far it's working.
Well, you miss an extra point. That's not.
Dancing Eagle says they make the boys soft in Green Bay. Ouch. So that's the thing about this broadcast is we get fans from both sides of the ball. We aren't going to be straight, one side or the other. We're going to let everyone have a voice to a certain extent. Jeff, guaranteed if you guys missed it, and judging by the views, you probably did, Jeff guaranteed a Packers victory today. I'm just kidding. You should have seen
that did not happen. I guaranteed nothing.
That's going to... Hey, I'm just glad that you listen to me on the broadcast, Jeff. That just shows that's going to turn into a short at some point.
Yeah, I guarantee nothing. Hey, I guarantee that they're going to play.
Great comment here. Winston is 0 for 2 on his passes to Valentine, but they were 2 drops. You gotta really blame Valentine for that, who has been the hottest Giants receiver today as far as getting open. Any big updates around the NFL right now, Jeff?
Nothing. It's still 7-6 Steelers. It was odd. The Bengals did score a touchdown. They went for 2 and missed it. I don't know why they would go for 2, but this whole crazy NFL has about going for 2 or going for it on 4th down and 4th and 6, 4th and 7. I'm not on board with that. I'm old school. I take the points, man. I believe in being aggressive in the right situation. And that's what did the Packers in last week. They went for it on 4th and they had it 4th and 3. There was a penalty. It was 4th and 8. They still went for it. Take the 3 at that point. That would have been a difference in the ball game, So I don't know. Some of those calls are really dumb. Going for 2 in weird spots like that. It was the first quarter. They blew it. Yeah, it is. It is the Grandpa Bowl there in Pittsburgh because Rodgers is 41, Flacco's 40. 80 years of quarterbacks on the field at one time. That's pretty
some of these games you could put 4 of the quarterbacks together to hit 80 years.
Yeah.
Does anyone have an update on Jordan Love yet? Here we go. 1st and 10 at the 23. Handoff to this time it actually is Tracy. So he got about a yard on that one. The Packers defense in spurts has been much better today at swarming the football and staying in their lanes. 2nd and 9 for the Giants here early on in the second quarter. 13:30 to go. Jameis about to drop back here. Let's see what happens. He's in the shotgun this time at their own 24. Here we go. 2nd down. Play action pass. Jameis rolls right. Hits a receiver down to the 30-yard line. He hit Wendell Robinson, who seems to be the only receiver that's playing today because he's the only one we see making plays. So 3rd and 3, the Giants get themselves in a short yardage situation. Winston 5 for 7, 54 yards today. 3rd and 3. Let's see what he does here. The Giants again are wearing their old school whites, the Phil Simms jerseys, as I like to say. Jameis drops back out of the shotgun, looks right. 1st down Giants. Guess who? Wendell Rob. Oh, he's saying he didn't catch it. That he was bobbling it. I got a feeling the Giants might challenge this play. I got a feeling you might see a challenge on this play from what I saw. Yep, Wendell's calling for it. Let's see for ourselves.
Can they challenge? 2. They lost the challenge. How many?
Yeah, I don't know if they can challenge it. Maybe they can't, but it was a clear catch to me and a fumble. It was a catch and a fumble as far as I'm concerned.
They lost their earlier
1,
challenge.
2, and then the ball got hit out. I think that's a clear catch and a fumble, but you're right. I don't think they can challenge it. So the Packers are going to get a little boost here. I think that was a clean catch and a fumble. Giants are punting it here on 4th down. Oh, a horrible punt down to the Packers 25. Dobbs takes it down to the 40, so a good return on a punt that must have bounced 87 times rolling down the field. Might be the worst punt in NFL history. The only worst punt you can have than that one, as the Packers get a hold, is a punt you whiff on completely because that ball was barely touched by the punter.
So, yeah, they get 2 challenges. I wonder why they didn't challenge that call. So, I mean, they lost their first challenge, but I'm watching a replay here, Dave, and I think, yeah, that was a catch and a fumble.
Yeah, that was a clear catch and fumble. And like Andrew was saying, they do. Yeah, he said the same thing you just brought up. They did have the 2 challenges. They could have challenged. It's really weird that they did not. Maybe they didn't want to take the risk on losing the last challenge.
The ball moved a little bit when he was going down, and sometimes with these rules, it was called on the field incomplete. So
yeah, because don't they always say it has to be clear and conclusive evidence to overturn? And maybe that's the part. But I do think that should have been a catch. But nonetheless, it was called incomplete. So that's what we have to go by. How's the NFL, the rest of the roundup of the NFL looking right now, Jeff?
Yeah, the Vikings are still 3 up on the Bears. The Bears are driving. They're at the Vikings 40. Caleb just hands off. Swift goes up first down for the Bears. It's 14-10 now. The Bills have come back and they're over the Buccaneers. Got 7-3, I believe, was the Jaguars over the Chargers, if I'm not mistaken, that I saw. Still 7-6 in Pittsburgh.
Low-scoring game in Pittsburgh. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting a lot of offense, but maybe both offenses aren't very good.
Well, seeing as how you got 80-year-old quarterbacks out there chucking it around, it's a little chilly.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if the Packers, in some people's opinion, the Packers' best quarterback can bring him back here for a full-on victory. But let's say Jordan Love is hurt. Let's say he broke his collarbone. Oh, Love is back. I see an update here. Love is back. Is that good news or bad news, Packer fans?
You're going to see a lot of, they should just let Malik in. He got him a touchdown.
Can you imagine the first drive, Love gets picked or something like that? We'll never hear the end of it. We'll never hear the end of it.
So the Jaguars are up on the Chargers 7-6, which is interesting. That the Chargers have just kind of, I don't know, they kind of don't look very good lately.
No, there's something missing there. I'm not really sure what. So they're talking about Jordan Love being back. Wow.
Titans are up 3-0 over the Texans. Just throw that one out there. That's got to be. I bet you there's a total of 17 people in the stands watching that one.
We got more viewers on our broadcast than they do in the stadium there. All right, here we go. Love is back. 1st and 10 at his own 16-yard line. Out of the shotgun, flanked by 2 running backs. Nice draw up the middle for about 4 yards here. So it'll be 2nd and 6 Packers, who seem to be running the football. That was Wilson on the carry. Seem to be running the football more often today. He's got a patch. He's got a patch on his elbow. It looks like a smoker's patch. Then he's got a patch on his left shoulder. I don't know how much those stretchy patches really work. I'm not a big believer in them, but clearly the medical team there knows something that I don't. It almost looks like KT tape in a way, keeping those muscles tight. Love drops back, stands in the pocket, throws left. Oh, Dobbs drops another one wide open at the 35. Goodness, what is Dobbs doing? He's going to have to take off that foamy helmet pretty soon because he's not going to want to stick out anymore. Good little comeback route. Got about 2 yards of separation right on his hands, and he can't pull it in. Wow. He's just looking at himself in disbelief.
That is an odd place for that patch placement for Love on his elbow. His lower elbow.
Here we go, 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Love out of the shotgun. 1 running back next to him. Drops back on 3rd and 6. Love over the middle. Complete. Looks like Watson at the 30. So Love delivers on a big third down. Good tight coverage, but Love got it in there right across the middle.
I'm so far behind you. I'm just looking at the Dobbs drop here. Right in his hands. Right in his hands. Yeah,
Here we
that
go.
Guardian Mizzou hat.
The Packers are on the move again. They got their quarterback back. They're on the move here. 1st and 10. Christian Watson with 13 yards receiving on 2 catches today and a touchdown. Packers at their own 31. Love under center this time. Love is under center. Play action pass. He drops back. Looking deep. Nothing open. Then he goes. Big completion to Matthew Golden, who I thought retired because that's the first time I've seen him on my television screen today.
Yeah, well, I think he was out last week, so he hasn't had that wasn't
great route. He never quit on his route. He took the safety inside, broke it back outside, wide open for his, I believe, 24th catch of the year. You remember all the excitement about when they drafted Golden this year for 24 catches? They're at the Giants' 45-yard line. 1st down, Love back under center, handoff to the left side, about 2 yards here. I still have not seen Jacobs come back out.
Yeah.
But they are running the ball more. Wilson with the carry on that one. Andrew says a better pass, and it's a touchdown on that one. I think the fact that Love just had to scramble so much, and it was kind of like he went through all the reason, then he had to pull it back down. That made it a little tougher. Not making excuses for the guy, but that was a tough play. Love 3 for 7, 35 yards today. 2nd and 8 here. We got 9:50 to go in the second quarter. Thanks for joining us today. Love back out of the shotgun. They haven't done shotgun a lot since he's been back in. Right on the Giants logo. Love incomplete pass. 3rd and long now. That was out to Wicks, Dontavian Wicks, who could not bring it in. Looked like a little bit of a tough catch there on that one. I take it back. Actually hit him right in the hands. Another drop. I will give Wicks a drop on that one because it was a tougher play. It's not like you hit him in the chest, but that's a catch an NFL receiver needs to make almost every time. I don't know what's going on with the Packers today. 3rd and 8. They're 4 for 5 on 3rd down conversions today. Their average yards to goal is only 5.6, which is a big change from what we've seen recently. 3rd and 8. Love out of the shotgun, right on the Giants logo. Drop him back to pass. Nice little pass over the middle. Ooh, I don't know if they're going to give him a 1st down. 1st down to Dobbs.
Oh, he caught it.
Yeah, he caught it. It was a little, I don't know, a little underneath route that he was able to, he went right underneath Golden. Yeah, I thought he stepped out before the 1st down, but apparently not. He had the ball over the 1st down marker. But nice little designed play there by the Packers. A little rub route, basically. And Andrew says another Bank Mutual 1st down. And the Giants have a player down. 9:21 remaining here in the second quarter, guys.
Yeah, that was a drop by Wicks. I'm looking at it, and yeah, that hit him right in the hands. You make that catch.
Jeff, I think you probably can make a lot of these catches today that these guys are struggling with.
Well, yeah, the one off the shoulder pads, I think I could have made that one. That one, the interception attempt there.
Man, the Buccaneers are giving the Bills a run for their money. Are the Bills, maybe their window has closed? They're down by 3 to the Buccaneers right now.
Yeah, you know that game last week that they lost. That was pathetic. And as Packer fans, we're used to winning. The Bills fans, same thing. It's kind of all of a sudden these last couple of games for both the Packers and the Bills have just been kind of out of the ordinary. Really, really different.
1st and 10 here for the Packers. Jameis Winston's on the sideline trying to pump up the troops. The Packers have done a nice job of not letting him, go crazy on him here. But I feel like the Giants have had very vanilla play calling. Might be partially because the Giants have literally no weapons left.
The Bears just scored a touchdown run up the middle. It was about a 4-yard run. It was 1st and goal from about the 3. So
Love out of the shotgun. Here we're back. 9 minutes to go at the 35. They're at the Giants 35. Golden coming across. Love hands it off. I think that was Wilson again for 2 yards off the left side. Yeah, that was. I'm pretty sure Wilson. Yep, Wilson. Nice little run off the left side. So we still don't have a Josh Jacobs back in the game. That is not a good sign for the Packers. Jeff, would you rather, not that you'd rather lose either, but would you feel better if you lost Jacobs or Jordan Love for the rest of the year?
Obviously, like you said, you don't want to lose either, but the way our running game has been going, I think a bigger loss would have been
Second and 8. Play action. Love rolling right, throwing it. Big completion of Dobbs down to the 10-yard line. What a play. Great job by Love getting on the move, and that's something we talked about early in the game. We haven't seen that enough. So it seems like part of the play calling is they're moving Love side to side here to create some more gaps and openings and let him use his legs a little bit.
Yes, that's what they need to do.
So anyways, back to you said you'd feel better about losing Love, or?
I would. Well, actually, I said I'd feel better about if you had to losing Jacobs, just because
I would say
our
that
game has been that incredible.
Packers first down at the Giants 12-yard line here, way deep in the red zone. First down, Love under center, handoff up the middle to Wilson. 5-10 touchdown, Green Bay Packers on a draw play right up the gut. Now the question is, do they go for 2?
Go for 2. They're gonna just do it.
Emmanuel Wilson right up the gut. He's actually been running the football pretty dang good. With Jacobs being out, going into today, he had 42 carries, $180. He was actually out rushing Jacobs by 0.5 yards a carry, by a half a yard a carry. And he looks pretty good today. He's a little bit smaller guy, but man, they're running him right up the gut. I like it.
Jacksonville just scored. They're up 14-6 on Los Angeles on the Chargers, and
they go for the extra point and make it.
Bills just had a huge run back on their kickoff. If you guys have options, check out the Bills uniforms. They got the throwback old 70s helmets with the standing buffalo there. The old O.J. Simpson helmets, man. Those things look pretty sharp.
That's funny how that's the name that you remember out of that era.
That's pretty cool. White helmets with the buffalo, just kind of like a white Bronco, basically.
I don't know. I mean, I know we've heard a lot of. Andrew agrees with you there. What do you think are the best throwbacks in football? I love those Broncos. I don't know if they're the best. Those Broncos Orange Crush with the old cool D helmet. I love those.
I liked, and I don't know, people crapped on the Packers throwbacks. I love that navy and that they had. I thought those were awesome. And the helmet, I mean, last year the Illini used that in college. They had those hand painted.
I saw that. Yeah, the helmet looked cool.
So cool.
Yeah, I like the helmet.
Absolutely awesome.
I think some people were turned off by the gold. Was like a more subdued gold. It didn't really contrast as well as some of their past.
Yeah, it was a flatter colored gold, but I like that navy top. It's just a cool color combination.
I like the Dolphins have really nice throwbacks that they've worn recently. The Oilers throwbacks I really like.
Nothing tops the creamsicle Buccaneers uniform with
I forgot
on the helmet. Those are classic. Those, I don't care if you're a Bucs fan or not. Those, they should go back to those because those are just awesome. Nothing beats Bruce the Pirate on the helmet.
Well, we'll see if the Packers can close out this first half with some juice here. Still on commercial break, which is good because I'm getting hungry. I've been doing a lot of stuff for the channel this morning, Jeff. I've been busy at it. The
Dolphins game this morning, we talked about stupid play calling and that. They could have had a field goal with 1:40 left. It was fourth down. They decide to go for it. Tie game, 13-13. The Dolphins go for it and get stuffed. Commanders take it downfield and luckily missed the field goal, luckily for the Dolphins and for McDaniels, because otherwise he would have been swimming from Spain back to Florida because the Dolphins ended up winning in overtime. But that was the most idiotic play call. There's 1:40 left, and you have a chance to at least go up force the other team to score a touchdown to beat you. It was just absolutely mind-boggling, that thought process. And seeing what he looked like on the sidelines with one of his pants legs rolled up and the other one's out.
Yeah,
he's a mess.
I'm not a big fan of him. Giants taking the ball from the goal line out to the 20, to the 30, 32-yard line. He kind of questioned himself for a second. Okay, 7:33 left in the first half. Jameis coming out. They really haven't let him wing the ball down the field a lot. But like I said, I'm looking here at the stat sheet, and after Wendell Robinson, there's a bunch of guys that no one's ever heard of. They do not have a whole lot of weapons that are healthy right now. All right, here we go. So they've only had 3 drives, 2 punts, and a touchdown. Let's see what they come up with on drive number 3. Taking the ball to 32. Winston under center, hands the ball off right up the middle for about a 2. Well, they'll probably give him 2 yards on the forward progress. So it's going to be 2nd and 8, and that was to Tracy up the middle. I would ask the Giants that the next time we have them on a broadcast, if they could give us 2 different, completely different running back numbers. So I keep confusing them on the field. From our vantage point way up in the press box, they look the same, 29 and 26. Jameis under center here. So they give them an extra yard. 2nd and 7 here on their own 34. Jameis drops back, hands the ball to Tracy, who goes nowhere. I'll tell you what. So it'll be 3rd and 8. Specifically on the left side, the Packers have been really clogging that whole side up on the run game today, and that's what's been getting the Giants on a lot of 3rd and longs and why the Packers are being so successful. What do you think about that? A nice change of scenery for the Packers defense, huh, Jeff?
Yeah, it's after that first drive, and that's the thing with the defense this year. The first drive seems to be just a feeling out process, see what the other team is going to do, because after that, they've locked it down pretty decent. And I'm looking at the replay here. Yeah, they've been doing a remarkable job. So we hopefully, what do we got? 3rd and what?
3rd and 7 here. The 3rd and 7 with 6:35 to go. Jameis out of the shotgun here, so obviously he's probably passing. 3rd and 7 at their own 34. He's reading the defense. Silent count. Here comes the snap. Jameis out of the shotgun. It might be, I don't know if it's going to be a false start or offsides. Yep, false. It's a false start on the right tackle, it looks like. So it's going to be 3rd and what, 12? Wow. Yep, false start, number 72. The Packers looked like they were going to jump. Yeah, Gary, man, he was really in his head. He really made him nervous a little bit because he got him a little jumpy out on the right side there. So we got 3rd and 12. 6 minutes to go.
We haven't seen yet is knock on wood here. Packers defense hasn't committed any penalties, which was a plus.
Oh, a little screen pass to Tracy. Tracy's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 on a swing pass on 3rd and 12. Just when we were glazed on the Packers defense, they come back crashing down to earth. I don't want to put blame here, but I feel like Jeff maybe has a little bit to do with that last play.
Yeah. See, once I start talking good about them, they pull this crap. And that has been the biggest knock, I think, for the defense.
And that was Cooper. Cooper was right on him, hanging on his jersey. He couldn't make the tackle.
They get him in these long positions, and they give it up every single time.
Draw play to Tracy. Gets about 4 yards. Here we go. Here we go. Andrew says, got to wrap up. Man, oh man, 2nd and 5 here. 5 minutes to go in the first half. We're seeing the good and the bad of the Green Bay Packers defense today. They had everything set up. You got to make that tackle on 3rd and long. Got to make it.
Oh, yeah, he was dead to rights in the backfield. Oh, my God.
Here we go, 2nd and 5 at the Packers 45. Jameis out of the shotgun. Big completion to his receiver down to the 37. I got to see who number 19 is. I don't even have him on my score sheet. He's got to be so far down the depth chart. Unless that was 89, then that was Hodgins.
Yeah,
it was 89. Hodgins, who I have no stats written down for, but he's a guy. Another body out there for the Giants as they're going down the field. Jameis Winston, 7 of 10 for 82 yards. Hand it off right up the middle. They're gashing him in the run game all of a sudden. 5 yards, 5-6 yards on that one as Tracy takes it right up the Packers' gut.
And that's what happens. You get them in that 3rd and long, you give them that first down, and then it just seems like, okay, we got it. And the other opposing teams have been just able to take that and build on it every single time. Defense has to tighten up here.
2nd and 5 here at the 32 for the Giants. Out of the shotgun. Jameis out of the shotgun. You got a running back wide with him. Play action pass. It's going to be 3rd and short. That was right at the sticks. And when I say play action, it was barely considered a play action. He basically turned, but it wasn't much of a play action because he was right next to him. So 3rd and 1. Here come the Giants.
Bears just got a field goal, 10-3 Bears.
And who are the Bears playing again?
Vikings.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That'd be a big win for the Bears because they're starting to put consistently good games together here.
Yeah, that'd be scary for the Packers if the Bears win.
3rd and 1 here at the 27. Jameis audibling. This could be crazy town here. You just never know what he's thinking in his head. Quarterback sneak. He gets about, I kid you not, I wish I was kidding here. He got about 8 yards on a quarterback sneak. He got about 8 yards. We got to look this up. What's the most yards a quarterback has ever gotten on a quarterback sneak? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, that might be the worst defense I've ever seen on a quarterback sneak, ever. Jameis is just sitting there running through the Packers defense, all while there are 3 guys hanging on him. That's horrible. Man, oh man. They're down on the 18-yard line now, guys. 1st and 10. Jameis hands it right up the middle to Singletary. Gets about 3 on that one. Yeah, and like Andrew brought up, the weirdest part about that is they had 4 down. You know, they usually are in the 4-3, but there was nobody across from the center. You had the two guys lined up on each side, and Jameis saw that big gap up the middle,
right?
And he took advantage. Man, oh man. So down to the 2-minute warning as we're running down here at the tail end of our broadcast. We thank you guys so much for joining us. Let us know, too, in the comments if you're watching later on throughout the week, other events you might want us to try broadcasting part of. Jeff, what do you think they need to do here on the last part of this drive?
The way it's going, the Giants are definitely going to go for they're going to get in for a touchdown right as the half expires. They're just, I don't know what the heck has come over the defense. First drive of the game and this drive, and just absolute garbage. And then in between, they were, so I'm just watching this. It's a 9-play drive they're on right now. That's 10 right now, but I think everybody would enjoy us broadcasting a soccer game next. I think next week we should do that.
Oh, we'll have to think about that.
I'm sure we get tons of viewers for that.
Hey, maybe we might. We're gonna have to let Jeff lead that broadcast. I'll be like, number 6 kicked. Hey, but if we get the views, man, I'll broadcast almost anything.
There's some.
Every week I hear about Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, people complaining about them. Well, you have options now. You can turn them off and put us on, and some streaming services allow you to do that with other groups. Well, here you have another option here. As long as you're not 30 minutes behind like Jeff's feed is on his quote-unquote legal streaming service.
I don't deny or confirm that my streaming service is legal. Falcons are over the Panthers 21-7. Jaguars still over the Chargers. They have the ball on their own 2, 14-6. Bears over the Vikings 10-3. Bucks over the Bills 17-14. Bills have the ball on their own 8. And like I said earlier today, the Dolphins beat the Commanders, which Dolphins had no business winning that game. I mean, actually they did. They shouldn't have ever went to overtime, but feel sorry for Commanders fans. Boy, it was coming off an NFC Championship game last year, and now you've got the injuries to Jaden Daniels, and rough season for them. I think they're pretty much counted out.
All right, here we go. 2-minute warning. Giants with the ball deep in Packers territory. Thank you guys once again for joining us. If you're watching this after the fact, leave some comments for us and let us know what you think. Jameis under center here at the 16. Play action pass. Jameis drops back. Lobs one over the middle. No. Good deep. Oh, pass interference. They call a pass interference on Isaiah McDuffie, who did not turn around and look at the ball.
That's what we were missing, and I called it earlier.
You did call it earlier.
They do that crap all the time.
McDuffie, the coverage was great. He just did not turn back and look for the ball. They're almost always going to call that an underthrown ball. I'm not sure if it was on purpose or not. I'm sure he's going to say it was. The ball hit McDuffie almost in his back. Pretty decent pass rush. Yeah, I don't know if that was. I'm really not. With Jameis, I'm really not sure to say if that was underthrown or not. But either way, they should be first and goal here. Man, oh man. And McKinney was over there to try and pick it off. I gotta say, I hate that play being allowed in the NFL. If the ball is severely underthrown, that should not be a penalty in any way, shape, or form. Here we go, first and goal at the 1. Jameis under center, hands it off to the outside of Singletary. The Packers get a nice push on the outside. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. Minute 40 left.
And the other thing about pass interference is that really disgusts me because it's such an important part of the game. I hate that it's a spot foul.
I do too.
You get a 5 or a 10 because it changes the whole game. If you can go back and launch a 60-yard bomb, and it turns out that it's a penalty, that's a garbage rule, and it just should not be. They got to change that.
Here we go, Jameis under center from the 2-yard line. Hand off to Singletary for a touchdown off the left side. That time there wasn't much of a push from the Packers. Giants have tied it up. They're an extra point away from taking the lead, but Jordan Love, and it's almost fitting that this is going to be the last thing we see on our broadcast for the week, that Jordan Love's going to have a 1-minute drill to take the Packers down the field. What's your hopes here? What's your meter of hope of the Packers getting any points out of this drive right here?
I think they need to get a field goal. There's plenty of time to get a field goal. They got about a minute and
minute 11, I think.
Minute 10, minute 11, yeah. We've seen it before. They can get a couple of completions if they get a decent run back. Hopefully, no penalties. I just jinxed it because there's going to be a holding call on this kickoff.
Andrew says
back to the 13. They should just take the ball at the 13 and not even do a kickoff. But we'll see.
Andrew says kick return for a touchdown coming up here. Kick return for a touchdown.
I'll go with that.
Jeff, I'm broadcasting remote from the CFL championship. Up
in Winnipeg, baby.
Up in Winnipeg.
Plug that again.
They put me up in a private box. The flight coming back is going to be delayed because everything's frozen, and we don't have heat in the booth, so I'm freezing right now. Incredible. Hey, there's a personal foul on the kickoff somehow. I'm not really sure what happened. I missed that part.
It's got to be on the Packers, though, right?
I'm not really sure. The Giants are. Oh yeah, there must be because the Giants are kicking off from Packers. What the? Oh no, they're kicking the extra point again. They're kicking like a long extra point. The ball was spotted at the 38 by the placeholder, and he missed it. Packers dodge a bullet. So somehow it was a personal foul on the Giants. The Giants have to re-kick from like way back in their territory, and he missed the extra point. The game stays tied at 13.
Now we're even. That extra point can't hurt us now. Now we're back to even. I mean, it's
unbelievable.
Still because we'll end up probably losing by 1, but still.
Unbelievable. Good news is that extra point the Packers missed by about 30 feet will not come back to haunt them specifically in this game. So we'll see. I'm going to say the Packers get 3 points here. My level of certainty of that is a 4 out of 10, but I do think that's going to happen here. But like you said, there's plenty of time. If you get a nice big completion on first down, like a 10-yard completion, I mean, you could score a touchdown. They have 2 timeouts left. Again, a minute 11 left here. A lot's going to depend on the kickoff. How far they get the ball.
Cook, I don't know what he did, but yeah, that moved him. Yeah, he missed that crap wide.
At first, I thought it was on the Packers, and the Giants were kicking off from like Packers territory. Then I was like, no, wait, they're just kicking the extra point again.
Yeah.
Great broadcaster I am.
Yeah, oh man, that was worse than the Packers one. But
Koo.
given the Packers was 15 yards closer.
Koo with a kick left. Oh, that was the one he made, so they didn't show the other one, but. Andrew says it was a chop block. It was a personal foul penalty. Here we go. Here's the kickoff. Minute 11 left. Packers are going to receive it at the 5. Returning up the right sidelines for minimal gain to the 27. That was Melton on the return. Minimal gain to the 27. Let's see what Love can do with a minute 5 here. This should be very, very interesting. Once again, guys, thanks for joining us. We're going to head out after this drive here, but we really appreciate it. Let us know in the comments throughout the week what sporting events you'd like us to cover. We kind of have some plans for this upcoming summer. We might be doing some stuff, so stay tuned. That's if Jeff doesn't get signed by somebody first. I can't match a lot of their offers. That somebody should be signing this guy to something. He's too good. All right. 1st and 10 at their own 28. Love out of the shotgun here.
Bills just scored. They're up 21-17.
Love drops back. Oh, he gets. Oh, wait. Is it an incompletion again? No, completion to Dobbs. Oh, my God. He almost dropped it. He let the ball roll almost all the way down his body. 1st down and 10, Green Bay Packers. 10-yard completion. Love got hit as he threw. Good pass to stay in there. 1st and 10 on the 38, their own 38. Love out of the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Oh, incomplete. Looking for Dobbs over the middle. Really tight coverage on that one. Dobbs is laying on his back. Brian Banks with the coverage on that one.
Rodgers just got rocked.
Did he? Is he healthy? Is he still?
Oh, he's sitting on the ground. Oh, he's up. But, I mean, he was on the ground. He's looking like he was back in Packerland there.
Like that rocked. One that his helmet's hanging over his ears or something. So we got 2nd and 10 here. Once there's Dobbs coming off the field. Love 6 of 12 today, 75 yards. He has 38 seconds here to get the Packers in field goal range. I mean, it was great coverage. The ball did hit Dobbs in the hands again. I will not consider that a drop because, I mean, the coverage was that tight. But the ball was there. It was where it had to be. The Packers have 1 timeout left, 2nd and 10 here. So they must have had to use one there on the injury timeout. Because it's under 2 minutes, I believe. So 38 seconds, 2nd and 10 at their own 38. Love out of the shotgun. Nobody in the backfield. Golden coming across the formation. Oh, fumble! Love dropped the ball. He's back up. Throws completion to the tight end, and there's another fumble. What's going on? Do the Giants have it or not? Who has the ball? Wild. What a wild series of events. Yep. Giants have the football, it looks like, unless they're going to challenge them. I know Jeff is. Andrew's saying he was down. I don't know about that. I haven't seen it good enough. Bad snap. Love got the ball, got back up, completed it to his tight end. I got to see. I can't tell if the ball was. Yeah, that ball was out before he came down. That's a fumble. That is a fumble 100%. Somehow the Packers turned. Have you seen the play yet, Jeff?
It's coming up. I'm just going on your reaction, but here it is on my screen.
It's going to be a fumble, though. I've seen enough replays already.
Oh, come on.
So
I don't know if that was a catch. if he completed the catch and I don't know.
There is a booth review. Now, you might be right. they do have a chance that it wasn't a catch, but if they call it a catch, it definitely was a fumble, I guess is the way I'll say it.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a bad snap. Give Love credit for picking that up.
Yeah, I mean,
really, I don't think that was a catch.
I don't know about that one. I think he
the ball was out, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I think he was in the process of still trying to catch the ball. Well, maybe not.
I think he made it. I think he made a football move and fumble, but we'll see here. We will see. They're about to make the decision right now.
I don't know. It could go either way. I think it stays a fumble if that's what it was called on the field.
No, they're saying incomplete. So it wasn't a catch. You called it right. No catch. So obviously no fumble if you didn't catch it first. The Packers dodge a huge, huge bullet, at least for the moment here.
It looks like he was trying to bring the ball into him when he lost control of it. So I never thought that he really had full control.
Man, Musgrave with a tough. Yeah, he's got to bring that ball in though, man.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think he was moving that ball around quite a bit. So yeah, I don't know.
The trouble now is if you don't get a first down here, the Giants are going to get the ball back with 30 seconds to go. With who they have out there for skill position players, I think they're just going to eat the clock though. So Love out of the shotgun from his own 38 on 3rd and 10 here. Here's the snap. Love drops back, 3rd and 10, trying to make something happen. Looking deep, and he gets tripped. So it's 4th down at their own 38. I think I got to go back and see the replay. But Burns in there for a sack. 4th and 14. The Packers are obviously going to punt it. Giants do take the Giants do take their second time out. So they are going to at least see, what kind of field position they get, which is smart. I'm never a big fan of like leaving points out there without trying to see what position you get in. So we'll see. Nobody was really open. Let's see if Wicks. No, if Wicks, there was nobody open there. So there's really not much Love could have done, even if he gets a clean pocket. So they're going to punt. The punter's standing at the 12. So we'll see. This is going to be a big punt here to see if the Giants can get 3 points here at least. Giants are, they punted it out of bounds. That's actually a really good play. So let's see where they spot it, though. At about the 28. I don't think the Giants are going to do a whole lot here. So that was a great, great punt. One of the best plays the Packers have had today. Excellent punt.
They got the one timeout. It's all going to depend on what they do on the first down. If they can pick up some yardage here, get out of bounds.
Andrew did say that field seemed pretty wide open to run. I do think because everyone was so deep in coverage, they had to kind of shut down. If he wouldn't have got tripped up, he might have had a big run play there.
Yeah. Yeah, because he there was nobody around him for at least 8 yards.
And the Giants are just going to run the clock out in the first half. So we go to halftime of our inaugural game coverage here, 13-13, Giants-Packers. Jeff, what do you think is going to be the outcome of this one as we head out for the day?
I think the Packers are going to pull it out. It's going to be a tight second half, just like the first half was, but defense really has to make some changes. They can't let them up and down the field like that. Those 2 drives that they scored were horrible, absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
They gave up big 3rd down plays. They gave up, easy runs, pass interference calls. The thing with this defense, if they can't make mistakes. Any small mistake is going to come back and bite them because once they make that mistake, the other team capitalizes and just keeps on driving. They had them dead to rights, 3rd down, and 3rd and 12 or whatever it was, and they had them stuffed 5 yards behind the line and broke a tackle and ran it down. So they really got to wake up. Offense, stop dropping the damn ball. I mean, it's a lot. There's a lot of drops in that half that would have changed. Dobbs had 2.5, I would say, drops because that one was pretty questionable on there, but 2 clear drops.
I mean, you've seen the good and the bad of the Packers. They've kind of shown you what's what put them in good position this year at times, and what's the last couple games, what's put them in tough position. They're kind of showing you both sides today.
That's what's so frustrating when you see the good that they can do, and they don't put together a full game. They've got 106 rush yards, which isn't bad. Giants only have 53. Pass yards are up on that, but yeah, it's so frustrating to be a Packer fan when you see this and you see the flashes of what they can do, and then they turn around and just do the exact, dumbest plays, penalties. The special teams, I got to give it to them. Special teams hasn't had a penalty yet today, so that's a plus side. But I don't know. It's interesting.
Well, we'll see.
Goal, I'm looking at the Buffalo. Tampa Bay is going to bring it within one. They had a nice drive, a really nice drive to close out the half to get 3 points. And it was an interesting penalty call on that drive with 6 seconds left. The Bills or the Buccaneers were trying to get up to clock it, and Buffalo players were standing in the way of the ref, and they couldn't get to the ball. And then another player kicked the ball out of the way, and that gave them a delay of game penalty. So that stopped the clock automatically with 6 seconds left. They ran one more play and were able to get down to get a field goal. So halftime, 21-20 for the Bills is a pretty good game going on there. Horrible.
All right. Well, hey, good job today, Jeff. I think things went pretty well for the most part for our initial broadcast. I can't wait to see what we can do again. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Let us know other games you might want us to broadcast. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Good luck to the Packers on the second half, and we'll see what happens later in the week. You guys have a good rest of your week, okay? Enjoy the rest of the game.
See you guys. Go Riders. Grey Cup champions guaranteed tonight.
Okay, you have a Jeff guarantee on that. We'll see you guys later.